What if the calm mind you are searching for is not something you have to find outside yourself, but something you can build inside yourself every single day? What if peace is not a gift that comes only when life becomes easy, but a strength you can practice even while life is still loud, busy, unfair, and full of pressure? Many people wait for the world to become quiet before they allow themselves to feel calm. They wait for the problem to be solved, the money to come, the message to arrive, the pain to disappear, the people around them to change, and the future to become clear. But the truth is, if your peace depends on everything outside you becoming perfect, then your peace will always feel far away. The world will not always slow down for you. People will not always understand you. Life will not always give answers at the exact moment you ask. But your mind can learn a new way. Your heart can learn a new rhythm. Your spirit can learn to stand still even when everything around you is moving too fast. The practice is simple, but it is not small. Every day, before the world pulls your attention in 10 different directions, you return to yourself. You breathe. You listen to your inner voice. You choose words that heal instead of words that hurt. You remind your body that it is safe to slow down. You remind your mind that it does not have to believe every fear. You remind your soul that peace is not weakness. Peace is power. Calmness is not giving up. Calmness is choosing not to let fear become the leader of your life. A strong mindset is not a hard heart. It is a soft heart with a steady center. It is the ability to feel deeply without falling apart. It is the ability to face the day without letting the day take over your whole inner world. Most people think staying calm means acting like nothing bothers them. They think it means being silent, hiding pain, or pretending to be positive when the heart is tired. But real calm is not fake happiness. Real calm is honest. It says, yes, this is difficult, but I do not have to destroy myself because of it. It says, yes, I feel fear, but I can still breathe. It says, yes, I do not know what will happen next, but I can meet this moment with love instead of panic. This is the kind of calm that changes your life. Not the kind that depends on perfect days, but the kind that grows stronger because you practice it daily. There is a quiet moment every morning that decides the energy of your day. It may last only a few seconds, but it has power. It is the moment before you check your phone, before you answer the world, before you step into the noise, before your mind starts running toward every problem. In that small moment, you get to choose who will guide you today. Will fear guide you, or will love guide you? Will old thoughts guide you, or will a new belief guide you? Will you allow yesterday's stress to become today's mood, or will you gently return to the truth that this is a new day and you are allowed to meet it differently? This is where the change begins. Not in a big dramatic way, not by becoming a different person overnight, not by forcing yourself to never feel worried again. It begins through one simple daily act. You stop abandoning yourself in your own mind. You stop waking up and letting the first thought be fear. You stop giving your energy away before you have even taken one full breath. You stop letting the outside world enter your inner world without permission. You sit with yourself, even for a short time, and you say through your breath, through your attention, through your words, I am here. I am listening. I am choosing peace. This may sound too simple to matter, but simple things done every day become powerful. A drop of water seems small, but over time it can shape stone. One kind thought may seem small, but repeated every morning, it can shape your whole inner life. One deep breath may seem small, but it can break the pattern of panic. One loving sentence may seem small, but it can interrupt years of self-judgment. You do not need to change your entire life in one day. You need to begin changing the way you speak to yourself in the moments when life feels heavy. A calm and strong mindset is not built by fighting your thoughts. It is built by guiding them. Your mind is not your enemy. It has only learned certain habits. Maybe it learned to expect problems. Maybe it learned to protect you by worrying. Maybe it learned to repeat painful words from the past. Maybe it learned to look for danger even when you are safe. But what was learned can be gently taught again. Your mind can learn softness. It can learn trust. It can learn patience. It can learn to pause before fear takes control. It can learn that every thought does not need to become your truth. Think about how often your day begins with pressure. You open your eyes and your mind already starts making lists. What must be done? What went wrong? What could happen? What someone said? What someone did not say? What you should have done better? What you are afraid to face? The body is still in bed, but the mind has already run far into stress. And because the mind moves first, the whole day begins with tension. You may drink your tea or coffee, get ready, go to work, speak to people, do your duties, but inside there is a quiet storm. You may smile on the outside while your thoughts keep pulling you into fear. This is why the daily practice matters. It is not only about feeling relaxed for a few minutes. It is about teaching your nervous system, your mind, and your spirit that you are no longer living on automatic fear. You are no longer letting old pain choose today's energy. You are no longer letting every small problem steal your peace. You are becoming the kind of person who can notice the storm without becoming the storm. You are becoming the kind of person who can say, "This thought is here, but it does not own me." You are becoming the kind of person who can feel pressure and still stay rooted in love. There is a reason this message touches so many hearts. Deep down, most people are tired. Not only tired in the body, but tired in the mind. Tired of overthinking. Tired of holding everything together. Tired of trying to be strong while feeling unseen. Tired of waking up with worry and going to sleep with the same worry. Tired of acting fine when the heart is asking for rest. And yet, many people do not need a complicated answer. They need a return to the breath, a return to kind words, a return to self-love, a return to the simple truth that they are not their fear, not their past, not their mistakes, and not the voice inside that keeps telling them they are not enough. The daily practice is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming present. It is about meeting yourself with care instead of blame. It is about choosing one peaceful thought and holding it like a small light. It is about placing your hand on your heart and allowing yourself to feel supported by your own presence. It is about telling yourself, I can move through this day with a calm mind and a steady heart. Not because the day will be perfect, but because you are learning how to stay connected to yourself no matter what the day brings. When you practice this every day, something inside you begins to change. You may not notice it at first. The same problems may still appear. The same people may still act the same way. The same duties may still wait for you. But your reaction begins to shift. You pause a little more. You breathe a little deeper. You speak to yourself with less cruelty. You stop turning every small mistake into proof that you are failing. You begin to understand that your peace is not a prize you earn after life becomes easy. Your peace is a home inside you, and every day you can return to it. This is the real meaning of staying calm. It does not mean life stops touching you. It means life touches you, but it does not break your connection to yourself. It means someone may speak harshly, but you do not have to carry their harshness inside your heart all day. It means plans may change, but you do not have to treat change like danger. It means fear may rise, but you do not have to bow down to it. It means sadness may visit, but you can hold it with tenderness instead of shame. It means you are human, and you are also powerful enough to choose your inner response. Your mind becomes strong when it learns to come back, not when it never wanders, not when it never worries, not when it never feels hurt. Strength is the return to breath, the return to love, the return to the present moment, the return to a softer thought, the return to the truth that you are still here, still growing, still worthy, still able to choose again. Every day gives you a new chance to return. Every morning gives you a doorway. Every breath gives you a way back. And this is why one daily practice can change the way you live, because the mind becomes what it repeats. If you repeat fear, fear becomes familiar. If you repeat anger, anger becomes familiar. If you repeat self-blame, self-blame becomes familiar. But if you repeat peace, peace begins to feel possible. If you repeat love, love begins to feel natural. If you repeat trust, trust begins to become stronger than panic. If you repeat gentle words, your inner world begins to soften. What you practice, you strengthen. What you feed, you grow. What you return to every day becomes the atmosphere of your life. So the question is not, will life ever become calm enough for me to feel peaceful? The deeper question is, can I become calm enough to meet life differently? Can you give yourself 5 quiet minutes before the noise begins? Can you breathe before you believe the fear? Can you speak one loving sentence to yourself before you judge yourself? Can you place your attention on peace before the world places its demands on you? This is not a small thing. This is the beginning of inner freedom. If you do not train your mind with care, the world will train it for you. Every message, every problem, every fear, every harsh word, every busy day will try to decide how you feel. Without a daily return to yourself, your peace becomes easy to disturb. One comment can ruin your whole mood. One delay can make your body tense. One mistake can make you feel unworthy. One uncertain situation can fill your mind with fear. And slowly, you begin to live as if life is always against you, even when life is only asking you to slow down and listen within. The danger is not only that you feel stressed for one day. The deeper danger is that stress becomes your normal state. You may begin to think it is normal to wake up tired in the mind, normal to feel pressure in the chest, normal to expect something bad to happen, normal to speak to yourself in a hard way, normal to carry every problem alone, normal to feel guilty for resting, normal to feel restless even when nothing is happening. But just because something is familiar does not mean it is healthy for your spirit. Many people are not living from peace. They are living from a habit of inner tension. When the mind is not cared for, it starts collecting fear. It remembers the one thing that went wrong more than the 10 things that went right. It repeats the one hurtful sentence more than the kind words you received. It brings back old pain and places it on new situations. It makes you react to today as if yesterday is still happening. This is how a heavy mind works. It does not only deal with the present moment. It carries the past, worries about the future, and then asks the body to hold all of it at once. This is why many people feel tired even after sleeping. The body may rest, but the mind keeps working. It keeps solving problems that have not happened. It keeps replaying talks that are already over. It keeps imagining loss, rejection, failure, and pain. It keeps asking, what if this happens? What if that goes wrong? What if I am not enough? What if I cannot handle it? And because the mind does not know the difference between a real danger and a repeated fear, the body begins to respond as if something is always wrong. The shoulders tighten, the breath becomes shallow, the heart feels heavy, the face loses softness, the soul feels far away. If this pattern continues, life starts to feel smaller. You may stop trying new things because the mind says it is safer not to. You may stop speaking honestly because the mind fears being judged. You may stop trusting people because the mind remembers old hurt. You may stop resting because the mind says you must prove your worth. You may stop enjoying simple moments because the mind keeps looking for the next problem. This is how stress quietly steals life. It does not always come like a loud storm. Sometimes it comes like a small voice repeated every day until peace feels strange and worry feels normal. A mind that is not guided can become a place where every thought feels like a command. If the thought says, "You are behind," you believe it. If the thought says, "Something bad will happen," you follow it. If the thought says, "You are not good enough," you carry it like truth. If the thought says, "You must control everything," you exhaust yourself trying. But thoughts are not always truth. Many thoughts are old fears asking for attention. Many thoughts are old wounds speaking in a familiar voice. Many thoughts are only habits, and habits can be changed through awareness, love, and daily practice. The cost of not doing this inner work is not only stress. The cost is losing your connection to yourself. You may become so used to reacting that you forget how to choose. You may become so used to pleasing others that you forget your own needs. You may become so used to being strong for everyone that you forget you also need softness. You may become so used to carrying pain quietly that you forget you are allowed to heal. When the mind is always busy, the heart cannot be heard clearly. And when the heart is not heard, life may look successful on the outside, but feel empty inside. This is why staying calm is not a luxury. It is a daily need. Just as the body needs water, the mind needs gentle attention. Just as the body needs rest, the spirit needs stillness. Just as the body needs food, the heart needs loving words. You would not expect a plant to grow without care, light, and water. Yet many people expect their mind to stay peaceful while feeding it fear, pressure, judgment, and endless noise. The mind also needs care. The heart also needs care. Your inner life is alive, and whatever you give to it will grow. If you begin your day with panic, the day often continues in panic. If you begin your day with self-blame, the day often carries that same harsh energy. If you begin your day by checking everything outside yourself before checking in with your own heart, you may spend the rest of the day feeling pulled, rushed, and divided. This is why the first moments matter. They teach your mind what is most important. When the first thing you give yourself is fear, the mind follows fear. When the first thing you give yourself is peace, the mind begins to remember peace. A strong mindset does not happen by accident. It is created through the thoughts you practice, the words you believe, and the energy you return to. If you practice worry every day, worry becomes strong. If you practice anger every day, anger becomes strong. If you practice gratitude, gratitude becomes strong. If you practice calm, calm becomes strong. The mind is like a path in a field. The path you walk again and again becomes easier to follow. If the path has always been fear, you may find yourself walking into fear before you even notice. But you can create a new path, one breath at a time, one thought at a time, one morning at a time. The stakes are high because your thoughts do not stay only in your head. They shape your choices. They shape your voice. They shape your body. They shape the way you see people. They shape the way you see yourself. A fearful thought can make you close your heart. A loving thought can help you open it again. A self-blaming thought can make you give up. A kind thought can help you try again. A stressful thought can make a small problem feel impossible. A calm thought can remind you that you can take one step. Your inner language becomes your outer life. When you do not pause, you may react from the most wounded part of yourself. You may answer too quickly. You may speak from fear. You may say yes when your heart says no. You may say no to something that could help you because fear feels safer. You may push people away, or you may hold on too tightly. You may make choices from panic and then wonder why peace still feels far away. This is why the pause is sacred. The pause gives you back your power. The pause gives you a moment to ask, is this fear speaking, or is this wisdom speaking? Without the pause, old patterns keep leading the way. Many people think the problem is the outside situation. They think, I will feel calm when this person changes. I will feel calm when I have more money. I will feel calm when I know the answer. I will feel calm when my life looks better. But life is always changing. There will always be something to handle, something to learn, something to release, something to begin, something to finish. If calm only comes after every problem is gone, then calm will always be delayed. Real strength is learning to create peace while life is still unfinished. This does not mean you should ignore your problems. It does not mean you should avoid action. It does not mean you should accept harmful situations or pretend pain is not real. It means you do not let fear be the place from which you act. You can make better choices from calm than from panic. You can speak more clearly from calm than from anger. You can see more possibilities from calm than from worry. Calm does not make you passive. Calm helps you respond with wisdom instead of reacting from pain. When the mind is not steady, even blessings can feel stressful. A new opportunity can feel scary. A loving relationship can feel unsafe. A quiet moment can feel uncomfortable. Rest can feel like guilt. Success can feel like pressure. Good news can be followed by the fear of losing it. This is why inner work matters. Without it, the mind can turn even beautiful things into something to fear. But when you build calm within yourself, You learn how to receive life without always waiting for it to go wrong. A daily calming practice protects your energy. It creates a space between you and the noise of the world. It reminds you that you are not required to absorb every mood around you. You are not required to carry every fear that others carry. You are not required to answer every thought as if it is urgent. You are not required to live in a constant state of defense. You can choose what enters your inner space. You can choose what you repeat. You can choose what you water with your attention. This is very important because attention is one of your greatest powers. What you keep looking at grows larger in your mind. What you keep repeating grows stronger in your heart. If you give all your attention to what is missing, life begins to feel empty. If you give all your attention to what could go wrong, life begins to feel unsafe. If you give all your attention to old pain, life begins to feel like the past is still in control. But if you gently bring your attention back to peace, to breath, to kindness, to trust, to this present moment, something inside begins to loosen. The mind begins to understand that it has another choice. Not training the mind is like leaving the door open and allowing anything to walk in. Fear walks in. Doubt walks in. Old shame walks in. Other people's opinions walk in. Pressure walks in. Comparison walks in. The mind becomes crowded, and then you wonder why you cannot hear your own truth. The daily practice is like closing the door for a moment and returning to your own center. It says, "Before I listen to the world, I will listen to my soul. Before I answer the day, I will breathe. Before I believe fear, I will remember love." There is also a deeper spiritual cost when you live without calm. You may begin to forget that life is not only about doing, rushing, fixing, and proving. You may forget that you are a soul having a human experience, not a machine made to carry endless pressure. You may forget that healing is possible. You may forget that softness is not weakness. You may forget that your worth was never based on how much you can handle without rest. When the mind is too loud, the gentle voice of the spirit becomes harder to hear. But the good news is that peace does not require a perfect life. Peace requires practice. It requires small, honest moments where you choose differently. It requires catching yourself when the mind starts running and saying, "Come back." It requires noticing when your inner voice becomes harsh and choosing a kinder sentence. It requires giving yourself permission to breathe before you fix, before you explain, before you worry, before you judge. This is how you take your power back. Not by controlling everything outside you, but by guiding what happens inside you. If you do not do this, your life may be led by moods instead of meaning. A bad mood may decide your words. A fearful mood may decide your choices. A tired mood may decide how you see yourself. But when you practice calm daily, your deeper self begins to lead. You become less controlled by the first feeling that rises. You become less shaken by every small change. You become less dependent on others giving you peace. You learn to carry peace with you, not as a perfect state, but as a trusted place you know how to return to. This is the true stake. Either you train your mind with love, or your untrained thoughts keep training your life through fear. Either you choose a daily return to peace, or the world chooses your mood for you. Either you speak to yourself with kindness, or old pain keeps using your voice. Either you pause and breathe, or you keep reacting from wounds that are asking to be healed. The choice is not made once. It is made daily. It is made in the morning. It is made when plans change. It is made when someone misunderstands you. It is made when fear rises. It is made when you are tired. It is made when you want to give up. And each time you choose calm, you are teaching your whole being a new way to live. Your mind feels heavy when it carries too many thoughts that were never given a place to rest. It feels heavy when you keep pushing feelings down instead of meeting them with care. It feels heavy when you wake up and instantly return to the same worries from yesterday. It feels heavy when you spend your day trying to look fine while something inside you is asking for attention. A heavy mind is not a sign that you are weak. It is often a sign that you have been strong for too long without giving yourself enough gentleness. Many people do not notice how heavy their thoughts are because they have lived with them for years. They think this is just how life feels. They think a busy mind is normal. They think worry means they are being responsible. They think self-criticism means they are pushing themselves to do better. They think tension means they are serious about life. But the mind was not made to carry fear all day. The heart was not made to live under constant pressure. The body was not made to stay ready for danger every moment. When you live this way for too long, heaviness becomes familiar, but deep inside, your spirit knows there is another way. The mind becomes heavy when it tries to control what cannot be controlled. It wants to know the future before the future arrives. It wants to solve every problem before the right time comes. It wants to make sure nobody leaves, nobody judges, nobody misunderstands, nothing fails, and nothing hurts. But life cannot be held that tightly. The more the mind tries to control every outcome, the more tired it becomes. Control may feel like safety for a moment, but it often creates more fear, because once the mind believes it must control everything, it can never truly rest. The mind also becomes heavy when it keeps living in old stories. Maybe something happened in the past that made you feel unsafe. Maybe someone spoke to you in a way that made you doubt your worth. Maybe you were hurt when you needed love. Maybe you were judged when you needed support. Maybe you had to grow strong before you felt ready. These experiences can leave marks on the mind, and later, even when life changes, the mind may still repeat the same old story. Be careful. Do not trust. You are not safe. You are not enough. Something will go wrong. The situation may be new, but the fear can be old. This is why you may react strongly to small things. It is not always because the small thing is so powerful. Sometimes it touches an old place inside you. A simple delay may touch the fear of being forgotten. A short reply may touch the fear of rejection. A mistake may touch the old belief that you are not good enough. A change in plans may touch the fear that life cannot be trusted. The mind becomes heavy because it is not only dealing with what happened today, it is also carrying what yesterday taught it to fear. To lighten the mind, you must begin, and to see the difference between the present moment and the old story. The present moment may say, something changed. The old story says, everything is falling apart. The present moment may say, someone is quiet. The old story says, they do not care about you. The present moment may say, you made a mistake. The old story says, you are a failure. A calm and strong mindset begins when you notice this difference. You begin to ask, is this really happening now? Or is my mind repeating an old fear? This question alone can create space. Your mind feels heavy when your inner voice is unkind. Many people would never speak to another person the way they speak to themselves. They say things inside like, why am I like this? I always mess things up. I should be better by now. I am too sensitive. I am not doing enough. I am behind. I am not worthy. These words may be quiet, but they are powerful. The body hears them. The heart hears them. The spirit feels them. And over time, the mind becomes a place where you do not feel safe with yourself. A daily practice of kind words is not about lying to yourself. It is about speaking in a way that helps you heal. If you are struggling, you do not need to say something false. You can say, this is hard, but I am learning. You can say, I made a mistake, but I can choose again. You can say, I feel fear, but I can breathe through this moment. You can say, I am allowed to be gentle with myself while I grow. These words do not deny pain. They hold pain with love. And this is what the heavy mind needs. Not more pressure, but more loving guidance. The mind feels heavy when it is filled with unfinished emotions. Anger that was never expressed in a healthy way. Sadness that was pushed aside. Fear that was never comforted. Shame that was never questioned. Grief that was never allowed to move through the heart. These feelings do not disappear just because you stay busy. They stay in the inner world, waiting to be seen. Sometimes they come out as tiredness, sometimes as irritation, sometimes as overthinking, sometimes as numbness, sometimes as a deep feeling that something is wrong, even when you cannot name it. This is why stillness can feel uncomfortable at first. When you finally slow down, the feelings you have been avoiding may begin to rise. Many people think this means the practice is not working, but often it means your inner world finally feels safe enough to speak. When the mind becomes quiet, the heart begins to show you what needs care. This is not something to fear. It is part of healing. You are not falling apart. You are listening to parts of yourself that have waited a long time for your attention. The mind also feels heavy because it spends too much time in comparison. You look at others and think they are ahead. They are happier, they are calmer, they are more successful. They have better relationships. They know what they are doing. But you are only seeing the outside of their lives. You do not know their private fears, their silent battles, their long nights, their hidden healing. Comparison makes the mind forget its own path. It makes your life feel wrong simply because it does not look like someone else's. But your soul did not come here to copy another life. Your path has its own timing, its own lessons, and its own quiet blessings. When you compare, you leave yourself. Your attention goes outward, and your inner world becomes abandoned. You begin to ask, why am I not like them? Instead of asking, what is my heart asking for today? You begin to measure your worth by what can be seen instead of honoring what is growing quietly inside you. This creates heaviness because the soul cannot feel peaceful while being judged against someone else's journey. Peace returns when you come back to your own path and say, I am allowed to grow in my own time. A heavy mind often comes from trying to be everything for everyone. You try to be strong, kind, available, useful, calm, successful, understanding, and pleasing. You try not to disappoint anyone. You try to keep the peace outside you, even when there is no peace inside you. You say yes when your body is tired. You smile when your heart needs rest. You listen to everyone, but do not listen to yourself. And after a while, you may feel empty, not because you do not care, but because you have been giving from a place that has not been refilled. This is why calmness also requires boundaries. A calm mind is not only built by breathing, it is also built by being honest about what you can carry. It is built by allowing yourself to say, I need rest. It is built by not forcing yourself to answer every demand right away. It is built by not making your worth depend on how much you can do for others. Love does not require self-abandonment. Kindness does not mean you must ignore your own needs. A strong mindset includes the strength to protect your peace. Your mind feels heavy when you keep waiting for permission to feel free, waiting for someone to understand you, waiting for someone to apologize, waiting for someone to approve of your choices, waiting for life to prove that you are safe, waiting for the perfect time to begin again. But sometimes the freedom you need begins when you stop waiting for the outside world to give you what your own soul is asking you to offer yourself. You can begin speaking kindly to yourself today. You can begin breathing deeply today. You can begin releasing old pain today. You can begin choosing peace today, even if someone else never changes. This does not mean other people's actions do not matter. They do. Painful things can affect you deeply, but your healing cannot depend fully on someone else becoming aware. Your peace cannot stay locked behind another person's choices. At some point, you must gently say, I am willing to stop punishing myself for what happened. I am willing to stop carrying this pie in as my identity. I am willing to come back to myself. This is not easy, but it is powerful. It is the moment your energy begins to return home. The mind becomes heavy when it forgets the body. Many people live only in the head, thinking, planning, remembering, worrying, judging, rushing. But the body is always speaking. The tight jaw, the shallow breath, the heavy chest, the tired eyes, the tense shoulders, the restless hands. These are not random. They are messages. The body is saying, slow down, notice me. I am carrying what you have not allowed yourself to feel. When you bring attention back to the body, you begin to leave the storm of thought and return to the truth of the present moment. A simple breath can become a doorway. Not because one breath fixes everything, but because one breath brings you back from fear into now. When you breathe slowly and gently, you tell the body that it does not have to fight this moment. You tell the mind that it can soften. You tell the heart that it is safe to feel. This is why daily breathing is so important. It is not only a habit, it is a message of safety sent from your awareness to your whole being. Your mind may also feel heavy because it has been trained to look for what is wrong. This is a common habit. The mind thinks it is protecting you by searching for danger, problems, mistakes, and future pain. It says, if I worry enough, I can stop bad things from happening. But worry is not the same as wisdom. Worry often repeats fear without creating a clear answer. Wisdom is calmer. Wisdom can see a problem and take one steady step. Worry runs in circles. Wisdom breathes and moves with care. To shift from worry to wisdom, you must slow the mind down. You must ask, what is one thing I can do now? Not 10 things, not every possible thing. One thing. A heavy mind often becomes lighter when it is brought back to one simple step. Drink water. Take a breath. Write the thought down. Speak kindly. Rest for a few minutes. Make one call. Clean one small space. Take one honest action. The mind feels trapped when it tries to solve a whole life at once. It feels supported when it is guided into the next loving step. Another reason your mind feels heavy is because you may be carrying beliefs that were never truly yours. Beliefs like, I must earn love. I cannot rest until everything is done. My feelings are too much. I have to be perfect to be accepted. If I fail, I am not worthy. If someone is upset, it must be my fault. These beliefs may have come from early experiences, family patterns, old relationships, or difficult moments. But a belief can feel familiar and still be untrue. You are allowed to question what you have been taught to carry. Every day, the daily practice gives you a chance to replace these heavy beliefs with softer truths. Instead of I must earn love, you can practice I am worthy of love as I am growing. Instead of I cannot rest, you can practice rest helps me return to myself. Instead of my feelings are too much, you can practice my feelings are messages and I can listen with kindness. Instead of I must be perfect, you can practice I am allowed to be human. These new thoughts may not feel natural at first. That is okay. New paths feel strange before they feel safe. The mind also feels heavy when you resist the present moment. You may think, this should not be happening. I should be somewhere else by now. Life should be different. I should feel better already. This resistance adds another layer of pain. There is the pain of the situation, and then there is the pain of fighting the fact that the situation exists. Acceptance does not mean you like what is happening. It means you stop spending all your energy arguing with reality so you can use your energy to care for yourself and take the next wise step. A calm mindset begins with gentle acceptance. This is where I am today. Not forever, not as a final truth, just today. This is what I feel today. This is what I can do today. This is what needs care today. When you meet the moment honestly, the mind does not have to use so much energy pretending, denying, or fighting. It can begin to soften. It can begin to listen. It can begin to heal. Your mind feels heavy when you forget that you are allowed to begin again. Many people carry the past like a sentence. They think because they made mistakes, they must keep paying for them inside. They think because they were hurt, they must always expect hurt. They think because they failed before, they cannot trust themselves now. But every day is not the same day. Every breath is not the same breath. You are not the same person you were in your most painful moment. You have learned. You have survived. You have grown in ways you may not even notice yet. Beginning again does not always look big. Sometimes it looks like choosing not to repeat one harsh thought. Sometimes it looks like not checking the phone first thing in the morning. Sometimes it looks like taking a deep breath before answering. Sometimes it looks like placing your hand on your heart and saying, I am willing to be kind to myself today. These small beginnings matter. They are how the heavy mind learns that it does not have to stay heavy forever. The mind becomes lighter when it feels loved, not attacked. This is important. You cannot hate your mind into peace. You cannot shame yourself into healing. You cannot punish yourself into calm. If you speak to your mind like it is broken, it will tighten. If you meet your thoughts with fear, they may become louder. But when you meet the mind with patient awareness, it begins to trust you. You can say, "I see you are worried. Thank you for trying to protect me. But we are going to breathe now. We are going to choose a kinder thought now. We are going to come back to this moment now." This is a beautiful shift. That instead of fighting yourself, you begin guiding yourself. Instead of being angry that you worry, you begin comforting the part of you that feels unsafe. Instead of judging yourself for feeling heavy, you begin asking what your heaviness needs. Maybe it needs rest. Maybe it needs tears. Maybe it needs truth. Maybe it needs a boundary. Maybe it needs forgiveness. Maybe it needs silence. Maybe it needs one loving word repeated until the heart can feel it. Your mind feels heavy because it has been asking for your loving attention. Not more noise, not more pressure, not more running. Loving attention. The kind that sits quietly and says, "I am here now." The kind that notices a painful thought and does not turn it into identity. The kind that feels fear and does not make fear the leader. The kind that remembers the soul is deeper than the mood of the moment. The kind that returns again and again to breath, kindness, and trust. This is why the daily practice is so important. It is not a quick trick. It is a relationship with yourself. Every morning you practice, you are telling your mind, you are not alone today. Every breath you take with awareness tells your body you can soften. Every kind word you repeat tells your heart, you are safe with me. Every moment of stillness tells your spirit, I am listening. And slowly, the heaviness begins to lose its power. Not because life becomes perfect, but because you stop meeting life from a place of inner fear. When your mind feels heavy, do not treat it as a failure. Treat it as a call to return. Return to your breath. Return to your heart. Return to the present moment. Return to words that support you. Return to the truth that you do not have to carry every thought as if it belongs to you. Some thoughts are only passing clouds. Some fears are only old echoes. Some worries are only habits asking to be changed. You can notice them without becoming them. You can hear them without obeying them. You can feel them without letting them decide the whole day. The daily practice begins with one simple choice. Before you give your energy to the world, give a few moments of care to yourself. Before you answer the day, before you check messages, before you allow outside voices to enter your mind, come back to your own heart. This does not need to be long. It does not need to be perfect. It does not need to look special. It only needs to be honest. It is the quiet act of saying, today, I will not leave myself behind. Today I will begin from peace instead of fear. Today I will guide my mind with love. Most people start the day by letting life rush in too quickly. The eyes open and the mind begins to run. Thoughts come before the breath becomes deep. Worries arrive before the body has fully awakened. The phone brings noise before the heart has been heard. The world begins asking for attention, and the inner self is pushed aside. This is why so many people feel tired before the day has truly started. They have not even stood up yet, but their mind is already carrying work, family, money, memories, plans, fear, and pressure. The daily practice stops this pattern. It gives you a new beginning inside the same life. The practice is not about escaping your life. It is about entering your life with a calmer spirit. It is not about pretending problems are not there. It is about meeting them from a steadier place. It is not about forcing yourself to feel happy. It is about helping your mind feel safe enough to soften. You are not trying to remove every thought. You are learning how to sit with your thoughts without letting them become the boss of you. You are learning how to breathe before you believe fear. You are learning how to speak to yourself before the world speaks for you. The first step is to pause. This pause may feel small, but it is powerful. A pause is a doorway between the old way and the new way. In the old way, a thought appears and you follow it. Fear appears and you obey it. Stress appears and you become it. But in the new way, you pause, you notice, you breathe, you create space. You give yourself one moment to choose instead of react. This is where your power returns. Not by controlling everything outside you, but by creating a quiet space inside you where fear does not get the first and final word. Sit or stand in a way that feels easy. Let your shoulders drop. Let your face soften. Let your hands rest. Take one slow breath and allow it to move gently through your body. Do not force it. Do not make it a task. Let the breath be a message. Let it say, I am here. Let it say, I can slow down. Let it say, this moment is enough for now. With each breath, you begin to move from the noise of the mind into the quiet of the body. You come out of the future. You come out of the past. You return to this one moment where life is actually happening. Then place your attention on your heart. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to solve everything. Just bring your attention to the center of your chest and imagine that your awareness is resting there like a gentle light. This is not about doing something strange. It is about remembering that you are more than the busy mind. You are also heart. You are also presence. You are also spirit. When your attention rests on the heart, the mind begins to feel less alone. The heart has a softer wisdom. It does not rush like fear. It does not shout like panic. It speaks quietly, but it speaks with truth. In this place, begin to speak to yourself with care. Not in a fake way, not in a forced way. Speak like you are speaking to someone you deeply want to support. Say, I am safe in this moment. Say, I am willing to breathe. Say, I choose peace, one thought at a time. Say, I can meet today with a steady heart. Say, I do not need to fight myself. These words may seem simple, but they matter. Your mind has heard enough fear. Your heart has heard enough blame. Your body has carried enough pressure. It is time to give your inner world words that help it heal. The daily practice becomes powerful when you repeat it. One peaceful morning can help you feel better for a while, but repeated peaceful mornings begin to shape your inner life. The mind learns by return. It learns by what you practice again and again. If you return to worry every morning, worry becomes the familiar path. If you return to self-judgment every morning, self-judgment becomes the familiar voice. But if you return to calm every morning, calm begins to become familiar too. At first, it may feel strange. It may feel too quiet. It may feel like nothing is happening. But something is happening. You are training your inner world to stop living as if fear is the only truth. Do not worry if your mind wanders during this practice. The goal is not to have a blank mind. The goal is to come back with kindness. If a thought comes, notice it. If worry rises, notice it. If sadness appears, notice it. Then gently return to the breath. This returning is the practice. Every time you come back, you strengthen a new inner habit. You are telling yourself, I can leave fear and return to peace. I can leave old thoughts and return to this moment. I can leave harshness and return to love. This is how the mind becomes steady, not through force, but through gentle repetition. Some days the practice will feel peaceful. Some days it will feel messy. Some days you may feel calm after 2 breaths. Some days the mind may keep running. Do not judge the practice by how perfect it feels. Judge it by your willingness to show up for yourself. Even a difficult practice is still healing because you are choosing not to abandon yourself. Even if you sit for only 1 minute, that 1 minute says something important to your spirit. It says, I matter. It says, my peace matters. It says, I am allowed to begin again. The daily practice is also a way to stop living only from the outer world. The outer world is always changing. A message can change your mood. A bill can change your energy. A person's tone can change your whole day. A delay can make you feel tense. A memory can pull you back into pain. But when you build a daily connection with your inner world, you become less controlled by every outside shift. You still feel life, you still care, you still respond. But you do not fall so quickly into every wave. You begin to feel a deeper place inside you that remains present even when the surface is moving. This is the place where strength is born. Not the loud kind of strength that pushes everything down. Not the hard kind of strength that refuses to feel. True strength is quiet. It is the strength to stay gentle when fear wants to make you hard. It is the strength to breathe when anger wants to speak too fast. It is the strength to rest when guilt says you must keep proving yourself. It is the strength to speak to yourself with kindness when an old habit wants to blame you. This strength grows when you practice it daily. You can bring this practice into any moment. It does not belong only to the morning. When you feel stress in the body, pause. When you feel the mind running too fast, pause. When you feel hurt by someone's words, pause. When you feel pressure to answer, choose, fix, or explain right away, pause. Place one hand on your heart if you can. Take one slow breath. Ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? This question brings you back to yourself. It helps you stop moving from old fear and start moving from present truth. Many people do not ask themselves what they need. They ask what everyone else needs. They ask what the day requires. They ask what others expect. They ask how they can avoid conflict. They ask how they can be better, faster, stronger, more useful. But the heart also needs to be asked. What do I need? Maybe you need a breath. Maybe you need a boundary. Maybe you need water. Maybe you need silence. Maybe you need to stop explaining. Maybe you need to give yourself permission to feel. Maybe you need to take one small action instead of thinking about everything at once. The daily practice helps you hear these answers. This practice is a form of self-love, but not the kind that is only about comfort. It is deeper than that. It is the choice to be on your own side. It is the choice to stop using your own mind as a place of attack. It is the choice to guide yourself like someone worthy of patience. Self-love does not mean you never grow. It means you grow without hating yourself. It means you can correct yourself without shaming yourself. It means you can notice a mistake and still speak gently. It means you can be honest about what needs to change while still honoring who you are. Every day, speak to the part of you that feels afraid. Do not push it away. Do not tell it to be quiet in a harsh way. Fear is often trying to protect you, even when it does not know how. You can say, I see that you are scared. I understand why you are trying to protect me, but we are safe enough to breathe now. We do not have to run the whole day from this fear. This kind of inner talk changes the relationship you have with your mind. Instead of fighting yourself, you begin to care for yourself. Instead of turning fear into an enemy, you turn awareness into a guide. The daily practice also helps you release the need to fix the whole future. A worried mind wants a full plan before it feels safe. It wants every answer. It wants every step. It wants every guarantee. But life rarely gives full guarantees. So the worried mind stays tense. The daily practice teaches a different way. It says, I do not need to solve my whole life this morning. I only need to return to myself. I only need to take the next wise step. I only need to meet this moment with care. This brings the mind out of the weight of forever and back into the kindness of now. When you repeat this practice, your day begins to feel less like something attacking you and more like something you can meet. You may still have duties. You may still face people who do not understand you. You may still have work, bills, family matters, and inner healing to do. But you begin the day from a different place. You are not empty before you start. You are not already lost in fear. You have touched your own center. You have breathed with yourself. You have given your mind direction. You have told your heart that it will not be ignored today. This is the practice. Pause, breathe, return to the heart, speak kindly, choose one steady thought, and carry it into the day. You do not need many words. You only need words that feel true and supportive. You can say, today I move with calm. You can say, today I choose a gentle mind. You can say, today I do not rush my spirit. You can say, today I trust myself to take one step at a time. Let one sentence become an anchor. When the day becomes loud, come back to it. When fear rises, come back to it. When you feel pulled away from yourself, come back to it. An anchor does not stop the sea from moving. It helps the boat stay steady while the sea moves. Your daily words are like that. They do not stop life from changing. They help you stay connected while life changes. They remind you where to return. They remind you that peace is not far away. It begins in the way you breathe, the way you listen within, and the way you speak to yourself in the hidden moments no one else sees. This is how your inner life changes. Not through one big moment, but through many small moments of return. Every time you choose breath over panic, you are changing. Every time you choose kindness over self-blame, you are changing. Every time you choose presence over overthinking, you are changing. Every time you choose to pause before reacting, you are changing. These choices may seem quiet, but they are building a new foundation inside you, a foundation of calm, a foundation of trust, a foundation of strength that does not need to be loud to be real. The morning is more than the start of a new day. It is the first conversation you have with your own mind. The way you meet yourself in the morning often becomes the way you carry yourself through the day. If you begin with rushing, the day can feel rushed. If you begin with fear, the day can feel heavy. If you begin with judgment, the day can feel like a battle. But if you begin with calm attention, even for a few minutes, you give your mind a new direction. You tell your inner world before anything else, I choose peace. The morning reset begins before you reach for anything outside yourself, before the phone, before messages, before news, before other people's needs, before the mind starts counting problems. Let the first thing you touch be your own breath. Let the first thing you notice be the life moving through you. Let the first message of the day come from your heart, not from a screen. This one change can shift your whole energy. It protects the quiet space between sleep and waking, where the mind is soft and the heart can be heard. Many people give the most gentle part of their morning to the loudest part of the world. They wake up and immediately open the door to demands, opinions, problems, and comparison. The mind has not yet found balance, but it is already being filled. This can create a feeling of pressure before the day has even begun. You may not notice it as pressure at first. It may feel normal, but the body notices, the heart notices, the spirit notices. A rushed beginning often leads to a scattered mind. A morning reset is a way of saying, I will not let the world enter me before I enter myself. It does not mean you ignore your duties. It does not mean you avoid life. It means you meet yourself first, so you can meet life with more peace. This is a loving act. It is not selfish. It is wise. When you begin the day connected to yourself, you are less likely to give from emptiness. You are less likely to react from fear. You are less likely to carry everyone else's energy as if it belongs to you. When you wake up, stay still for a moment. Let your body know that it does not have to jump into tension. Feel the bed beneath you. Feel the breath moving in and out. Notice the quiet before the day becomes active. You may have many things to do, but for this moment, let life be simple. You are breathing. You are here. A new day has opened. You do not need to drag yesterday into it right away. You do not need to solve tomorrow from your pillow. You only need to be present with this breath. Then gently say to yourself, this is a new day. These words matter. The mind often wakes up inside yesterday's energy. It remembers what went wrong. It remembers what is unfinished. It remembers what hurt. It remembers what is feared. But the soul understands renewal. Each morning carries a chance to choose again. You may still need to deal with old things, but you do not have to bring old energy into everything. You can begin again in the way you think, the way you breathe, the way you speak, and the way you treat yourself. Take a slow breath and ask, how do I want to feel within myself today? Not, what do I need to finish? Not, who do I need to please? Not, what could go wrong? Ask, how do I want to feel within myself today? Maybe the answer is calm. Maybe it is steady. Maybe it is patient. Maybe it is open. Maybe it is brave. Maybe it is gentle. Choose one feeling like a seed. You do not have to force the whole day to match it. You simply plant it in your mind and carry it with you. If you choose calm, let calm be your word. Breathe it in slowly. Let the body feel it. Let the word move through the chest, the should. There's the face, the stomach. Say, today I choose calm. If the mind says, but you have many problems, answer softly, I can face them with calm. If the mind says, but you do not know what will happen, answer softly, I can meet what comes one step at a time. This is how you train the mind. You do not need to fight every fearful thought. You simply give it a new direction. The morning reset is not about having a perfect mood. You may wake up sad. You may wake up tired. You may wake up with worry already present. That does not mean you have failed. It means you have something inside you that needs care. The reset is not only for good mornings. It is especially for difficult mornings. When your mind feels heavy, the practice becomes even more important. It gives you a loving place to stand before the day asks more from you. On a difficult morning, do not demand too much from yourself. Do not say, I should feel better. Do not shame yourself for having feelings. Instead, place a hand on your heart and speak with kindness. Say, I am here with myself today. Say, I can move slowly. Say, I do not need to be perfect to begin. Say, I will take this day one step at a time. These words are simple, but they bring safety. They tell the nervous system that it does not have to fight the whole day before the day begins. Your morning reset can include a few quiet breaths, a short affirmation, and one clear intention. That is enough. You do not need a long ritual. You do not need special conditions. You do not need perfect silence. The power is in the return. You return to breath. You return to the heart. You return to the present moment. You return to words that support you. When this becomes a daily habit, the mind starts expecting peace in the morning instead of pressure. The first few minutes of the day are like a doorway. Whatever you carry through that doorway often follows you. If you carry anger, anger colors the day. If you carry worry, worry colors the day. If you carry self-blame, self-blame colors the day. But if you carry one steady thought, it can become a light in your mind. You can still face challenges, but you face them with a different inner tone. You are not starting from chaos. You are starting from connection. A beautiful morning reset is to look at yourself with softer eyes. Many people wake up and immediately criticize themselves. They judge their face, their body, their age, their past, their progress, their mistakes, their unfinished tasks. This is a painful way to begin the day. The heart hears it and closes a little. The body hears it and tightens. Instead, begin with acceptance. Not because everything is perfect, but because you deserve to be met with kindness while you grow. Say to yourself, I accept myself in this moment. This does not mean you stop growing. It means you stop making hate the path to growth. You see and improve with love. You can change with patience. You can learn with kindness. You can become stronger without attacking yourself. The morning is the perfect time to practice this because the mind is ready to receive direction. Give it direction that heals. Another part of the morning reset is choosing what not to carry. Before you step into the day, ask yourself, what can I leave behind this morning? Maybe you can leave behind the harsh words you said to yourself yesterday. Maybe you can leave behind the need to control every outcome. Maybe you can leave behind the fear that you are behind in life. Maybe you can leave behind the habit of expecting the worst. You may not release everything at once, but you can release one layer. You can say, today, I do not carry this as tightly. This is a gentle form of freedom. You are not denying what happened. You are choosing not to let it own the whole day. Yesterday may have had pain, but today can have breath. Yesterday may have had fear, but today can have one kind thought. Yesterday may have had mistakes, but today can have a new choice. The morning reset reminds you that you are not trapped inside the energy of the past. You can bring a new quality of attention to the present. After you choose what to release, choose what to receive. Receive peace. Receive patience. Receive support from your own heart. Receive the idea that you do not have to rush your healing. Receive the truth that one step is enough for now. Let yourself feel that you are allowed to be guided from within. You do not have to know everything before you begin. You only have to stay close to yourself as the day unfolds. This is where a strong mindset becomes spiritual. It is not only about thinking better thoughts. It is about trusting that there is a deeper wisdom within you. A wisdom that is quiet but real. A wisdom that says, slow down. A wisdom that says, choose love. A wisdom that says, do not believe every fear. A wisdom that says, you can handle this moment. When you make space in the morning, you can hear this wisdom more clearly. If your morning is busy, you can still reset. You can take 3 breaths before getting out of bed. You can speak one kind sentence while washing your face. You can set an intention while drinking water. You can breathe before opening your phone. You can choose a peaceful thought while walking, preparing, or sitting. The practice does not need to be perfect to be powerful. It only needs to be sincere. Even a small reset is better than beginning the day completely lost in noise. The morning reset also teaches patience. Many people want quick results. They want one practice to remove years of worry. but the mind changes through gentle repetition. If you have spent years waking up with stress, it may take time for peace to feel natural. Do not use this as a reason to quit. Use it as a reason to be kind. Each morning you practice, you are placing a new message into your inner world. You are saying, peace is possible, calm is possible, a softer way is possible. Over time, the reset begins to follow you into the day. You may notice yourself breathing before reacting. You may notice that a problem does not take over your whole mind as quickly. You may notice that you recover faster after stress. You may notice that your inner voice becomes less harsh. You may notice that silence feels less uncomfortable. These changes may be quiet, but they are real. They are signs that your mind is learning a new way to live. A powerful morning sentence is, I do not have to rush my spirit today. Let that sentence settle deeply. So much of life tells you to hurry. Hurry to answer. Hurry to succeed. Hurry to heal. Hurry to decide. Hurry to prove. Hurry to become. But the spirit does not grow through rushing. The spirit grows through presence, through care, through truth, through steady love. You can move through your duties without rushing your inner being. You can be active on the outside and still calm on the inside. Another morning sentence is, I can take one step at a time. This is important because the mind often becomes stressed when it tries to live the whole day in one moment. It thinks about morning, afternoon, evening, tomorrow, next week, next month, and then feels crushed by a life that has not even happened yet. Bring the mind back. One step, one breath, one task, one choice, one loving thought. This is how you stay steady. You do not climb a whole mountain in one movement. You take the step in front of you. The morning reset helps you stop fighting the day before it begins. Many people wake up already resisting life. They think, I do not want to deal with this. I cannot face this. This is too much. These thoughts may be understandable, but they make the body tense. Instead, practice saying, I will meet this day gently. This does not mean the day is easy. It means you will not make it harder by attacking yourself inside it. You will meet what comes with breath, awareness, and kindness. As you finish your morning reset, carry one feeling with you. Do not try to carry many teachings at once. Choose one: calm, trust, patience, strength, kindness. Let that word be your inner thread. When you forget, return. When the day becomes loud, return. When the mind becomes busy, return. The power is not in never losing peace. The power is in knowing how to come back to it. Each morning, you are planting something in your mind. Plant fear, and fear grows. Plant self-blame, and self-blame grows. Plant calm, and calm grows. Plant trust, and trust grows. Plant kindness, and kindness grows. The morning reset is your chance to plant consciously, to decide what kind of inner garden you want to grow. You may not control the weather of life, but you can care for the soil within you. You can water thoughts that heal. You can stop feeding thoughts that harm. You can choose what receives your attention first. This is the quiet power of beginning the day with yourself. The world may still be loud, but you are not empty. The day may still ask much from you, but you have already given yourself something real. You have given yourself presence. You have given yourself breath. You have given yourself words of support. You have given yourself permission to move through the day with a calmer heart and a stronger mind. The words you repeat inside yourself become the atmosphere you live in. They may be silent, but they shape how you feel. They shape how you see the day. They shape how you respond to stress. They shape what you believe is possible. If the words inside you are harsh, the inner world becomes harsh. If the words inside you are fearful, the inner world becomes fearful. But when the words inside you are gentle, steady, and loving, the mind begins to feel safer. The heart begins to open. The body begins to soften. Your spirit begins to remember that peace can be practiced. Many people do not notice their inner words because they happen so quickly. A mistake happens, and the mind says, "I always do this." A problem appears, and the mind says, "I cannot handle it." Someone acts distant, and the mind says, "I am not important." A plan changes, and the mind says, "Everything is going wrong." These words may feel automatic, but they are not harmless. They create emotion. They create tension. They tell the body how to respond. They tell the heart whether it is safe or not. This is why changing your inner language is one of the most powerful daily practices. You do not need complicated words to calm the mind. Simple words are often the most healing because the heart can understand them quickly. I am safe right now. I can breathe. I am learning. I choose peace. I can take one step. I am allowed to be gentle with myself. These words are not magic in a childish way. They are direction. They guide the mind away from fear and back toward the present moment. They remind you that you have a choice in how you speak to yourself. The mind believes what is repeated with feeling. If you repeat fear every day, fear begins to feel true. If you repeat that you are not enough, the heart begins to carry that weight. If you repeat that life is against you, the mind begins to look for proof. But if you begin to repeat words of support, the mind slowly receives a new message. At first, it may resist. It may say, "This is not true." It may say, "I do not feel calm." That is okay. You are not trying to force a feeling. You are planting a new thought. A thought can be planted before the feeling arrives. This is important. Calming words do not deny your pain. They help you hold your pain differently. If you feel afraid, you do not need to say, "I have no fear." That may feel false. Instead say, "I feel fear and I can still breathe." If you feel tired, do not say, "I have endless energy." Instead say, "I honor my body and I move gently." If you made a mistake, do not say, "Nothing happened." Instead say, "I can learn from this without hating myself." These kinds of words are honest and healing at the same time. A strong mindset is built with honest kindness, not fake words, not empty words, not words that push feelings away. Honest kindness means you tell yourself the truth in a way that does not wound you further. You can say, "This is difficult, but I am not alone within myself." You can say, "I do not know the answer yet, but I can stay present." You can say, "I am hurt, but I will not turn this hurt into self-blame." You can say, "I am growing, and growth can be gentle." These words help the mind stop fighting itself. Every word carries energy. When you say, "I have to," the body may feel pressure. When you say, "I choose to," the body may feel more power. When you say, "I am stuck," the mind may feel trapped. When you say, "I am taking one step," the mind may feel movement. When you say, "I cannot handle this," the heart may close. When you say, "I can meet this moment," the heart may open a little. Small changes in language can create big changes in how you feel inside. One calming practice is to listen to your inner voice for one day. Do not judge it. Just notice it. Notice what you say to yourself when you wake up. Notice what you say when something goes wrong. Notice what you say when you look in the mirror. Notice what you say when someone does not respond the way you hoped. Notice what you say when you feel tired. This listening is not meant to make you feel bad. It is meant to make you aware. You cannot change a voice you never notice. When you begin to notice the harsh voice, do not attack it. That would only create more harshness. Instead, gently interrupt it. If the voice says, "You are failing," you can say, "I am learning at my own pace." If it says, "You are too sensitive," you can say, "My feelings deserve care." If it says, "You should be better by now," you can say, "Healing takes time, and I am allowed to grow slowly." If it says, "Something bad will happen," you can say, "I am here now, and I can handle this moment." This is how you become a loving guide to your own mind. The words that calm the mind are often words of safety. Many fears become louder because the mind does not feel safe. It may feel unsafe in the future, unsafe in relationships, unsafe with money, unsafe with change, unsafe with uncertainty. While you may need real action in some areas of life, the mind also needs inner safety. It needs to hear, "I am with you." It needs to hear, "We will take this one step at a time." It needs to hear, "This moment is not the whole future." it needs to hear. Breathe. You are here. When you tell yourself, I am safe in this moment, you are not saying every part of life is perfect. You are bringing the mind back to now. The mind may be living in a future that has not happened. It may be imagining pain, loss, rejection, or failure. The sentence, I am safe in this moment, helps the body return from imagined danger to present reality. It tells the nervous system, right now we can breathe. This is simple, but deeply calming. Another powerful sentence is, I choose peace before I react. This sentence creates space. It reminds you that you do not have to answer from the first emotion that rises. You can feel anger and still choose your words. You can feel hurt and still pause. You can feel fear and still breathe. You can feel pressure and still take one steady step. This sentence is not about silence or weakness. It is about power. It is about not giving your peace away to every situation that touches you. The words, I can take one step, are also very calming. A heavy mind often thinks in large, painful pictures. It sees the whole problem, the whole future, the whole fear, the whole unknown. Then it freezes. But when you say, I can take one step, the mind begins to come back to what is possible. One step is gentle. One step is real. One step does not demand that you solve everything. It only asks you to begin. This is how calm returns, not always through big answers, but through small, loving movement. Words of forgiveness can also calm the mind. Many people carry silent guilt all day. Guilt about the past. Guilt about not doing enough. Guilt about needing rest. Guilt about having feelings. Guilt about choices they made when they did not know what they know now. The mind becomes heavy when it keeps punishing itself. A healing sentence is, I forgive myself for learning slowly. Another is, I release the need to punish myself today. Another is, I can take responsibility without carrying shame. These words help the heart breathe again. Forgiveness does not mean you deny responsibility. It means you stop using pain as a weapon against yourself. You can learn from the past without living inside it. You can make better choices without hating who you were. You can grow without dragging shame into every new day. When you speak forgiving words to yourself, you create space for change. Shame often freezes the mind. Kind responsibility helps it move forward. Words of trust are also important. Trust does not mean you know exactly what will happen. Trust means you believe you can meet life one moment at a time. You can say, I trust myself to handle today. You can say, I trust that I can learn what I need to learn. You can say, I trust the next step will become clear as I move. You can say, I trust my heart to guide me back to peace. These words help the mind stop demanding every answer before it begins. A worried mind wants certainty. A peaceful mind learns presence. Certainty says, I must know everything before I can relax Sense says, I can breathe now, even without every answer. This is a deep shift. Life will always contain unknowns. If you wait for total certainty, peace will always be delayed. But if you practice words of trust, you can find calm even while the future is still unfolding. Speak to yourself in the morning. Speak to yourself during stress. Speak to yourself before sleep. Let your words become a safe place. When you feel overwhelmed, say, I come back to this breath. When you feel unworthy, say, I am worthy of care. When you feel rushed, say, I move at a steady pace. When you feel alone, say, I am here with myself. When you feel afraid, say, fear is here, but love can guide me. These words are like small lights placed along a dark path. They help you see the next step. The tone matters as much as the words. Do not repeat calming words like a command. Repeat them like comfort. Let your voice be gentle, even if it is only inside your mind. A harsh affirmation can feel like pressure. A gentle affirmation feels like support. You are not trying to force your mind into peace. You are inviting it. You are saying, come this way. There is a softer place here. This kind of voice creates trust within you. There may be times when you do not believe the words yet. That is normal. If you have repeated fear for many years, peace may feel unfamiliar. Do not stop just because the new words feel strange. The mind often rejects what is new before it accepts it. Keep the words simple. Keep them steady. Keep them kind. Over time, the heart begins to recognize them. Over time, the body begins to respond. Over time, the old voice becomes less powerful. You can also write calming words down. Writing slows the mind. It takes thoughts out of the storm and places them where you can see them. In the morning, write one sentence you want to carry. During stress, write the fear and then write a kinder response. At night, write one sentence of release. This is not about perfect writing. It is about making your inner voice visible so you can guide it with love. For example, if the fear says, I will not be able to handle tomorrow, you can write, tomorrow is not here yet. I can prepare gently and rest tonight. If the fear says, I am behind, you can write, my path has its own timing. I can take one honest step today. If the fear says, I always make mistakes, you can write, mistakes are part of learning. I can grow with patience. This practice teaches the mind that every fear does not need to become truth. The most healing words are often the words you needed to hear long ago. Maybe you needed to hear, you are safe. Maybe you needed to hear, your feelings matter. Maybe you needed to hear, You do not have to be perfect. Maybe you needed to hear, "You are loved as you are growing." Maybe you needed to hear, "You can rest." Now you can begin to give those words to yourself. This does not replace what you deserved from others, Bull, as it helps your heart receive care now. There is deep spiritual power in becoming kind to your own mind. When your inner voice becomes softer, life feels less like a fight. You are no longer carrying an enemy inside your head. You are no longer meeting every mistake with attack. You are no longer turning every fear into a truth. You become a safe place for yourself. And when you are safe within yourself, you can meet the world with more peace. Words can open the heart or close it. They can make the body tense or help it relax. They can keep you tied to old pain or guide you toward healing. This is why it matters what you repeat. Do not feed your mind words that make you feel small. Do not keep repeating thoughts that break your spirit. Begin to choose words that help you stand again. Words that remind you of your strength. Words that bring you back to the breath. Words that make room for peace. When you say, "I choose calm," you are not saying you will never feel stress. You are saying stress will not be your only teacher. When you say, "I am gentle with myself," you are not saying you never need to change. You are saying change can happen through love. When you say, "I trust myself," you are not saying you know every answer. You are saying you will not abandon yourself while you learn. These meanings are important. They make the words real. A calm mind is not built by one perfect sentence. It is built by daily language that supports your spirit. Speak to yourself when no one is listening. Speak with care in the hidden places of your day. Speak gently when you make mistakes. Speak steadily when fear rises. Speak lovingly when the heart feels tired. Your words are seeds. Your mind is the soil. Your life becomes shaped by what you keep planting. Begin with a few words each day. I am here. I can breathe. I choose peace. I am safe in this moment. I take one step. I treat myself with kindness. Let these words become familiar. Let them become your inner home. Let them meet you in the morning and stay with you through the day. Let them be the voice that rises when fear tries to take over. Let them remind you that your mind can be guided, your heart can be comforted, and your spirit can grow stronger through love. Strength is not the absence of problems. Strength is the way you meet yourself when problems appear. Many people believe a strong person is someone who never feels fear, never cries, never feels tired, and never gets shaken. But that is not true strength. That is often pressure wearing the mask of strength. Real strength is softer, deeper, and much more honest. Real strength is the ability to feel what you feel without letting the feeling rule your whole life. It is the ability to pause when you want to react. It is the ability to breathe when your mind wants to rush. It is the ability to speak to yourself with kindness when life feels difficult. Problems will come in different forms. Some problems are loud and sudden. Some are slow and heavy. Some come from people. Some come from money, health, family, work, loss, change, or uncertainty. Some problems are outside you, and some are inside your own thoughts. But no matter what form they take, every problem tests the same thing inside you. Will you lose yourself, or will you stay connected to your center? Will you become the fear, or will you breathe through the fear? Will you attack yourself, or will you support yourself? When a problem appears, the first reaction of the mind is often panic. The mind wants to jump ahead. It wants to imagine the worst. It wants to find someone to blame. It wants to replay what happened again and again. It wants to know every answer at once. But this is exactly the moment when you need to slow down. A problem does not become easier when the mind becomes more frightened. A problem becomes clearer when the mind becomes steady. The first step is not to solve everything. The first step is to return to yourself. Take one breath before you believe the fear. This one breath can change the direction of your response. Fear says, react now. Breath says, come back first. Fear says, this is too much. Breath says, this is one moment. Fear says, you cannot handle this. Breath says, you can take the next step. When you breathe, you create space between the problem and your reaction. In that space, wisdom can enter. In that space, your heart can speak. In that space, you remember that the problem is real, but it is not the whole of who you are. A strong mindset does not deny pain. If something hurts, it hurts. If something is difficult, it is difficult. If you are disappointed, tired, confused, or afraid, those feelings deserve care. You do not need to pretend. You do not need to force a smile over a wounded heart. You do not need to tell yourself to be positive in a way that pushes your truth away. Real strength says, this is hard, and I will be gentle with myself while I move through it. This kind of honesty gives you power because you stop fighting your own emotions. The mistake many people make during problems is that they turn against themselves. Something goes wrong, and instead of offering support, the inner voice becomes cruel. It says, why did this happen to me? Why am I like this? I should have known better. I am not strong enough. I always fail. These words make the problem heavier. They add pain on top of pain. A difficult moment already needs energy, care, and attention. Do not make it harder by becoming your own enemy inside it. During a problem, speak to yourself like someone you deeply love. Say, I am here with you. Say, we will move through this slowly. Say, I do not need to have every answer right now. Say, I can take one calm step. This is not childish. This is emotional wisdom. The mind needs direction during stress. If you do not guide it, fear will guide it. If you do not speak with kindness, old Pat, Aaron's will speak with judgment. Your words can either make you feel more trapped or help you feel supported. When you face a problem, ask yourself, what is the next loving step? Not the perfect step, not the biggest step, not the step that fixes the whole future. The next loving step. Maybe the next loving step is to drink water and calm your body. Maybe it is to write down what is true. Maybe it is to call someone trustworthy. Maybe it is to set a boundary. Maybe it is to rest before making a decision. Maybe it is to apologize. Maybe it is to walk away from an argument. Maybe it is to wait until your emotions settle before you speak. One loving step is enough to begin. Problems become overwhelming when the mind tries to carry the whole story at once. It thinks about what happened, what it means, what could happen next, what people will think, what might be lost, what could go wrong months from now, and how everything may fall apart. This is too much for one moment. Bring the mind back. Ask, what is happening right now? Then ask, what can I do right now? This returns you from fear into presence. You do not have to live the whole future today. You only have to meet this moment with as much calm as you can. A strong mindset is also built by remembering that not every thought during stress is true. When you are afraid, the mind often speaks in extremes. It says, this always happens. It says, nothing will change. It says, I am alone. It says, I cannot recover. It says, this is the end. But fear often speaks louder than truth. Before you believe a thought, gently question it. Ask, is this thought helping me? Ask, is this thought fully true? Ask, what would a kinder thought say? You are allowed to choose thoughts that support your healing instead of thoughts that increase your suffering. Staying strong during problems does not mean carrying everything alone. Sometimes strength is asking for help. Sometimes strength is admitting that you are tired. Sometimes strength is saying, I need time. Sometimes strength is telling the truth instead of pretending. Many people confuse silence with strength. They hold everything inside because they do not want to be a burden. But the heart was not made to hold endless pain without care. Sharing honestly with the right person can be part of healing. Support is not weakness. Support is a form of wisdom. But even when no one else understands, you can learn to stay with yourself. This is one of the deepest forms of inner strength. You may not always receive the words you need from others. You may not always be seen in the way your heart hopes to be seen, but you can still choose not to abandon yourself. You can still place your hand on your heart. You can still breathe. You can still say, my feelings matter. You can still honor your own experience. When you stay with yourself, you stop making your peace depend completely on the outside world. During problems, be careful with the story you create around the pain. The event is one thing. The story you tell yourself about the event is another. The event may be something changed. The story may become life never supports me. The event may be someone did not understand me. The story may become nobody cares about me. The event may be I made a mistake. The story may become I am not worthy. These stories can deepen the wound. A strong mindset learns to separate what happened from what fear is adding to it. A healing question is, what meaning am I giving this? This question brings awareness. Maybe the mind is making the problem a sign of failure. Maybe it is making someone else's behavior a sign of your worth. Maybe it is making a delay a sign that nothing good will happen. When you notice the meaning, you can choose a softer one. You can say, this is a challenge, not a sentence. You can say, this is a moment, not my whole life. You can say, this is teaching me something, even if I do not understand it yet. You can say, I can grow through this without losing my heart. Problems also show you where your inner foundation needs care. If one comment destroys your whole day, maybe your worth needs more love. If uncertainty makes you panic, maybe your trust needs daily support. If conflict makes you lose your voice, maybe your boundaries need strengthening. If mistakes make you attack yourself, maybe forgiveness needs to become a practice. Do not only ask, how can I get rid of this problem? Also ask, what is this problem showing me about what needs healing inside? This does not mean every problem is good. It does not mean pain is easy. It means that even in difficulty, you can learn something about your inner life. You can learn where you are still afraid. You can learn where you give your power away. You can learn where old beliefs still control your reactions. You can learn where you need more self-love, more patience, more honesty, or more rest. A strong mindset turns difficulty into awareness. It does not let pain become only pain. It allows pain to become a doorway into deeper healing. One of the most powerful things you can do during a problem is slow your speech. When emotions are high, words can come from fear and create more pain. You may say things you do not mean. You may explain too much. You may defend yourself too quickly. You may try to control another person's reaction. Slowing down gives you a chance to speak from your center. You can say, I need a moment. You can say, I want to respond calmly. You can say, let me think before I answer. This is not weakness. This is self-control guided by peace. A calm response is not always soft on the outside. Sometimes calm means saying a clear no. Sometimes calm means walking away. Sometimes calm means choosing silence instead of arguing. Sometimes calm means making a hard decision with a steady heart. Calm does not mean you allow disrespect. Calm means you do not let disrespect pull you out of your own wisdom. You can be firm and peaceful at the same time. You can protect yourself without becoming cruel. You can speak truth without losing your inner balance. When life becomes hard, return to the body. The body is always in the present moment, while the mind can travel into fear. Feel your feet on the ground. Relax your shoulders. Let your jaw soften. Breathe lower and slower. Notice one thing you can see, one thing you can touch, one sound around you. These simple actions bring you back to now. You are reminding your system, I am here. This is this moment. I can breathe through this. A grounded body helps create a steadier mind. Strength also grows when you stop asking, why am I not stronger? And start asking, how can I support myself right now? The first question creates shame. The second question creates care. You do not become stronger by judging your weakness. You become stronger by caring for the parts of you that feel weak. Every part of you that feels afraid is asking for comfort, not criticism. Every part of you that feels tired is asking for rest, not pressure. Every part of you that feels lost is asking for guidance, not blame. There will be times when you do not handle a problem the way you wanted to. You may react. You may cry. You may speak too quickly. You may fall back into worry. This does not mean your practice is useless. It means you are human. The important thing is to return. Return to the breath. Return to awareness. Return to kindness. Say, I can begin again. This sentence is powerful because it stops one difficult moment from becoming a whole identity. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to repair. You are allowed to grow. Every problem gives you a chance to practice the calm you build in quiet moments. This is why daily practice matters. You do not practice peace only when life is easy. You practice when life is easy so you can remember it when life becomes difficult. Morning breath, kind words, and heart attention become tools you can use when pressure rises. They become familiar pathways back to yourself. The more you practice them, the easier it becomes to find your way back during stress. A strong mindset says, I will not let this moment decide my whole spirit. It says, I can feel this without becoming lost in it. It says, I can be honest and still be hopeful. It says, I can be soft and still be strong. It says, I can face this one step at a time. These are not empty words. They are inner choices. They are the choices that keep you connected to yourself when life becomes uncertain. Fear often makes you believe that control will keep you safe. It tells you that if you think enough, plan enough, worry enough, and hold everything tightly enough, you can stop pain from happening. It tells you that if you can control people, timing, outcomes, emotions, and the future, then you will finally feel peaceful. But the more you try to control everything, The more tired your mind becomes. Control may give a short feeling of safety, but it often steals real peace. The truth is, life cannot be held in a tight fist. People have their own choices. Timing has its own movement. Change comes even when you are not ready. Answers arrive when they arrive. Some doors open, some doors close, and some paths take longer than expected. The mind suffers when it believes it must manage every part of life perfectly. A peaceful mind begins to grow when you learn the difference between what is yours to guide and what is yours to release. You can guide your words, you can guide your choices, you can guide your breath, you can guide your response. You can guide the way you speak to yourself. You can guide how much attention you give to fear. But you cannot control every result. You cannot control how every person sees you. You cannot control the exact timing of every blessing. You cannot control every turn in the road. When you try to carry what was never yours to carry, your spirit becomes heavy. Releasing control does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean you stop taking action. It does not mean you become passive or careless. It means you do your part without trying to control the whole universe around your part. You take the step, but you do not demand to see the entire staircase. You speak the truth, but you do not force everyone to understand it. You plant the seed, but you do not pull at it every day to make it grow faster. You act with love, and then you let life breathe. Fear wants guarantees before it relaxes. It says, "Tell me exactly what will happen, and then I will feel calm." But life does not always give guarantees. So if your calm depends on certainty, your calm will always be delayed. You may keep waiting for the perfect sign, the perfect answer, the perfect timing, the perfect proof that nothing painful will happen. But peace is not born from knowing every detail of the future. Peace is born from trusting yourself in the present moment. Trust yourself to handle the next step. Trust yourself to listen. Trust yourself to learn. Trust yourself to ask for help when needed. Trust yourself to begin again if something does not go as planned. This kind of trust is deeper than certainty. Certainty says, "I am calm because I know what will happen." Trust says, "I am calm because I will stay with myself no matter what happens." This is a powerful shift. It returns your peace from the future back into your own heart. A simple way to release fear is to name what you are trying to control. Ask yourself, what am I holding too tightly? Maybe you are trying to control someone's opinion. Maybe you are trying to control how fast your life changes. Maybe you are trying to control whether anyone ever hurts you again. Maybe you are trying to control every detail because uncertainty feels unsafe. Once you name it, you can breathe and say, "I release what is not mine to control. I return to what is mine to choose." What is yours to choose is powerful. You can choose your next thought. You can choose a calmer word. You can choose to rest before reacting. You can choose to walk away from what harms your peace. You can choose to forgive yourself. You can choose to stop repeating a story that keeps you wounded. You can choose to place your attention on what supports you. These choices may seem smaller than controlling the whole outcome, but they are real. They bring your power back into the present moment. Fear often grows when the mind spends too much time asking, what if? What if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if they leave? What if I am judged? What if I am not enough? What if the future is not safe? The what-if mind can create endless fear because it opens doors to imagined pain again and again. To release fear, answer gently with a new question. What is true right now? Right now, you are breathing. Right now, you are here. Right now, you can take one step. Right now, you do not need to solve every possible future. Another helpful question is, what if life can support me in ways I cannot see yet? Fear imagines only danger. Trust allows space for support. Fear says, this delay means nothing is working. Trust says, this delay may be part of a timing I do not understand yet. Fear says, this change will ruin everything. Trust says, this change may guide me toward something more honest. Fear says, I have lost control. Trust says, I can return to myself even when plans change. These thoughts do not force life to be easy, but they help the mind stay open instead of closing around fear. Control is often connected to old pain. If you were hurt before, the mind may decide that control is the only way to prevent hurt again. If you were disappointed, the mind may try to predict every disappointment. If you felt powerless, the mind may now hold everything tightly to avoid that feeling. This is understandable. Do not shame yourself for wanting control. Thank the mind for trying to protect you. Then gently teach it a new way. Say, I know you are trying to keep me safe, but we do not have to live in fear to be safe. We can choose awareness, boundaries, and trust. Releasing control becomes easier when you build inner safety. If you do not feel safe inside yourself, uncertainty feels dangerous. But when you practice breath, kind words, and heart attention every day, your inner world becomes more stable. You begin to feel that even if life shifts, you have a place inside to return to. You do not need everything outside to be perfect before you can breathe. You can create small moments of peace within the unknown. One powerful practice is to place your hand on your heart and say, I allow this moment to be as it is while I choose my next step with love. This sentence brings together acceptance and action. You are not giving up. You are not pretending. You are simply not wasting your energy fighting the fact that this moment exists. When you accept the moment, you can see more clearly. When you fight the moment, you often become too tense to hear wisdom. Letting go does not happen once. It happens many times. You may release fear in the morning and feel it return by afternoon. That does not mean you failed. It means the mind is practicing a new way. Each time fear returns, you return too. You breathe again. You soften again. You choose again. You do not need to be perfect at releasing. You only need to be willing to return to release again and again. Think of release as opening your hand. When the hand is closed tightly, it becomes tired. It cannot receive. It cannot rest. It cannot feel softness. When the hand opens, it does not mean you no longer care about what it was holding. It means you are no longer hurting yourself by gripping it too hard. The heart is the same. A heart that grips every outcome becomes exhausted. A heart that learns to open can still love, still care, still act, but with more peace. You may need to release the fear of not being enough. This fear makes you chase approval. It makes you overwork. It makes you explain yourself to people who are not listening. It makes you compare your path to others. It makes you feel behind even when you are growing. To release this fear, practice saying, "My worth is not waiting at the end of an achievement. My worth is already within me as I grow." This thought helps you stop turning life into a test you must pass to deserve love. You may need to release the fear of being misunderstood. Not everyone will see your heart clearly. Not everyone will understand your choices. Not everyone will know your full story. If you try to control every opinion, you will lose your peace. Speak with honesty. Live with kindness. Correct what needs correction. But do not spend your life trying to make every person see you perfectly. Some peace comes when you accept that being true to yourself matters more than being understood by everyone. You may need to release the fear of change. Change can feel scary because it removes what is familiar. Even when something is not good for you, it can feel safe simply because you know it. But growth often asks you to leave old patterns. It asks you to think differently, respond differently, rest differently, love yourself differently. The old self may feel nervous. That is natural. Say, "I can move through change slowly. I do not need to know every detail to take the next step." This helps the mind open to new life without panic. You may need to release the need to rush healing. Many people want to be calm immediately. They want the fear to disappear quickly. They want old pain to leave as soon as they notice it. But healing has its own rhythm. You cannot force a flower to bloom by pulling its petals open. You give it light, water, and time. Your heart also needs time. Your practice is the light. Your kind words are the water. Your patience is the space where healing opens. The more you release control, the more energy returns to you. Energy that was spent imagining worst cases can return to the present. Energy that was spent managing other people's opinions can return to your own path. Energy that was spent blaming yourself can return to healing. Energy that was spent fighting reality can return to wise action. Release does not make you empty. Release gives you back to yourself. Fear may still visit. That is part of being human. But you do not have to build a home for it. You can let fear knock on the door without letting it move in and arrange the whole room. You can listen to the message without letting fear become the leader. Sometimes fear says, pay attention. Sometimes fear says, set a boundary. Sometimes fear says, prepare with care. But fear should not be allowed to say, stop living, stop trusting, stop loving, stop growing. You can thank fear for trying to protect you and still choose a deeper guide. The deeper guide is love. Love does not always feel soft in a simple way. Sometimes love is firm. Sometimes love says no. Sometimes love changes direction. Sometimes love asks you to rest. Sometimes love asks you to speak. Sometimes love asks you to release what you cannot carry anymore. But love does not lead through panic. Love leads through truth. Love leads through presence. Love leads through respect for your own soul. To release fear and control, return to this truth. You are not required to hold the whole future today. You are not required to make every person happy. You are not required to prove your worth through constant effort. You are not required to turn every unknown into a danger. You can breathe. You can soften. You can take one step. You can let life unfold while staying connected to your heart. The way you end your day matters. Night is not only a time for sleep, it is also a time to release what the mind has carried. Many people bring the whole day into bed with them. They replay conversations. They judge their choices. They worry about tomorrow. They remember what went wrong. They think of what they should have said, should have done, should have avoided, should have understood sooner. The body lies down, but the mind stays awake in the noise. This is why a night practice is so healing. It gives your heart permission to put the day down. The night practice begins with the choice to stop reviewing the day as if you are on trial. You are not here to punish yourself before sleep. You are here to return to peace. Yes, you can learn from the day. Yes, you can notice what needs care. Yes, you can decide to do better tomorrow, but you do not need to attack yourself in order to grow. The night is a sacred time to soften the inner voice. It is a time to say, I have lived through this day. I am allowed to rest. Before sleep, take a few moments to breathe slowly. Let the breath be gentle. Let the body know that the day is ending. You do not have to carry the same speed into the night. You do not have to solve tomorrow from your bed. You do not have to keep proving that you are responsible by worrying. Worry before sleep often feels useful, but it usually steals the rest your body needs. Rest is not laziness. Rest is part of healing. Rest is how the mind becomes clear again. Rest is how the heart gathers strength for a new day. Place your attention on the body. Notice where the day is still living inside you. Maybe it is in the shoulders. Maybe it is in the chest. Maybe it is in the stomach. Maybe it is in the jaw. Maybe it is behind the eyes. Do not judge the tension. Just notice it. Say silently, I see what I have carried. This is a loving sentence. It helps you stop ignoring your own tiredness. It helps the body feel heard. Sometimes the body softens when it feels noticed without pressure. Then speak to the day with release. You can say, "This day is complete." These words help the mind understand that it does not need to keep working. The day may not have been perfect. Some things may still be unfinished. Some feelings may still be present. But this day, as a day, is complete. You cannot go back and relive it. You cannot fix every moment tonight. You can learn, you can breathe, you can forgive, you can rest. Tomorrow will have its own light, its own choices, and its own steps. A night practice is a beautiful time for forgiveness. Forgive yourself for the moments when you were impatient. Forgive yourself for the times you did not know what to say. Forgive yourself for feeling afraid. Forgive yourself for being human. Forgiveness does not mean you ignore growth. It means you stop using shame as the teacher. Shame makes the mind heavy. Forgiveness gives the mind room to learn. Say, I forgive myself for what I did not understand today. I am willing to learn with kindness. You may also need to forgive yourself for resting. Many people carry guilt when they stop. They feel they should be doing more, earning more, fixing more, helping more, becoming more. But the soul cannot live in constant pressure. The body has limits. The mind needs quiet. The heart needs softness. Before sleep, remind yourself, I am allowed to rest even when life is not finished. Life will always have unfinished parts. If you wait for everything to be complete before you rest, you may never truly rest. Release the conversations you keep replaying. The mind often believes that if it repeats a conversation enough times, it will find peace. But many times, replaying only deepens the emotional charge. You hear the same words again. You feel the same hurt again. You create new answers in your mind. You imagine what the other person meant. You build stories that may or may not be true. Before sleep, say, I release this conversation for tonight. Not forever if it needs attention tomorrow, just for tonight. Your heart deserves a break. Release the mistakes of the day. A mistake is not a reason to hurt yourself all night. It is information. It is a teacher. It is a place where awareness can grow. If you made a mistake, say, I can learn from this without carrying shame into my sleep. Let that sentence sink in. You do not need shame to become better. You need awareness, honesty, and a loving willingness to choose differently. Shame closes the heart. Loving responsibility opens the door to growth. Release the fear of tomorrow. The mind may bring tomorrow into the night and place it on your chest like a heavy stone. It may list every duty, every uncertainty, every possible problem. But tomorrow is not asking to be lived tonight. Tomorrow will be met when it arrives. Tonight, your work is to return to rest. Say, tomorrow will come one moment at a time. I do not need to live it before it comes. This thought helps the mind place the future down. A gentle night practice can include gratitude, but not forced gratitude. You do not need to pretend the day was easy. You do not need to ignore pain. Simply look for one small thing that supported you. Maybe it was a warm drink, a breath, a moment of silence, a kind word, a lesson, a chance to begin again. Gratitude does not erase difficulty, but it reminds the mind that difficulty is not the only thing that exists. Even on hard days, there can be one small light. Say, I thank this day for what it taught me. This helps you stop seeing the day only through what went wrong. Some lessons come through comfort. Some come through challenge. Some come through delay. Some come through emotion. You do not need to understand every lesson tonight. You can simply trust that your soul is learning. You can allow the day to become part of your growth without letting it become a weight. Night is also a time to return to self-love. The world may have been loud. People may have misunderstood you. You may have felt pressure, disappointment, or loneliness. But before sleep, let your own voice become gentle. Say, I am with myself now. Say, I give my heart permission to soften. Say, I do not need to fight this day anymore. Say, I allow my mind to rest. These words help create inner safety. They tell your whole being that it is not alone. Many people fall asleep with the last thought being fear. Then they wake up with the same energy. The night practice helps break that cycle. It gives the mind a different final message. Instead of ending with worry, you end with release. Instead of ending with self-judgment, you end with kindness. Instead of ending with control, you end with trust. Over time, this changes the emotional pattern of your nights and mornings. You go to sleep in a softer state, and you are more likely to wake with a calmer mind. If tears come during the night practice, let them come gently. Tears are not a failure. Tears can be a form of release. Sometimes the heart has carried feelings all day and only feels safe enough to open when everything becomes quiet. Do not shame your tears. Do not rush them. Let them move through you like rain passing through the air. Say, "My feelings are allowed to be here." This sentence can bring deep comfort. Feelings often become less frightening when they are welcomed with care. If the mind is too busy, write down what it is carrying. A simple list can help. Write the worry. Write the task. Write the feeling. Write the thing you do not want to forget. Then tell yourself, "It is written down. I do not need to hold it in my mind tonight." This gives the mind a sense of safety. It no longer needs to repeat the same thoughts to keep them from disappearing. The paper can hold the list. Your body can rest. Before sleep, you can also ask your heart one gentle question. What do I need to release from today? Then listen without forcing. Maybe the answer is anger. Maybe it is fear. Maybe it is disappointment. Maybe it is pressure. Maybe it is the need to be perfect. Maybe it is someone else's mood. Maybe it is the belief that you did not do enough. Once you notice it, breathe and say, "I release this for tonight." Again, you are not pretending it never existed. You are choosing not to sleep with it wrapped around your heart. Another healing question is, what do I need to receive tonight? Maybe you need peace. Maybe you need comfort. Maybe you need trust. Maybe you need forgiveness. Maybe you need permission to rest. Let yourself receive it inwardly. Say, "I receive rest." Say, "I receive softness." Say, "I receive calm." Say, "I receive a gentle night." The heart often needs to be invited to receive because many people are trained only to give. Night is a time to receive. Do not use the night to measure your worth. Do not count the day only by how much you achieved. Some days your growth is invisible. Some days your victory is that you kept going. Some days your progress is that you paused once before reacting. Some days your healing is that you noticed a pattern. Some days your strength is that you allowed yourself to feel. These things matter. They may not be seen by others, but they are part of your inner freedom. A peaceful night practice can be very simple. Breathe. Soften the body. Forgive yourself. Release the day. Choose one kind thought. Let the mind rest. You do not need to do it perfectly. You only need to create a small space where your heart can feel safe before sleep. Even 2 minutes can change the energy you carry into the night. Even one loving sentence can help the mind loosen its grip. As you prepare for sleep, remember that you are not the mistakes of the day. You are not the fear that visited you. You are not the mood someone else gave you. You are not the unfinished task. You are not the hard thought. You are the awareness that can notice these things and choose differently. You are the heart that can heal. You are the spirit that can begin again. Let this truth be the final message you give yourself at night. Calm is not built in one perfect moment. It is built through the way you return to yourself again and again. It is built in the morning when you choose breath before fear. It is built during stress when you pause before reacting. It is built through words that support you instead of words that wound you. It is built when you release what you cannot control. It is built at night when you place the day down and allow your heart to rest. Calm is a practice. Strength is a practice. Self-love is a practice. And every day gives you a chance to practice again. You do not need to become a person without problems. You need to become a person who does not lose themselves inside every problem. You do not need to force life to be perfect before you feel peaceful. You need to build a place inside you where peace can live even while life is still unfolding. This place is not far away. It begins with your breath. It begins with your attention. It begins with the way you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. It begins with one honest decision. I will not abandon myself today. There will be days when calm feels easy. There will also be days when calm feels far away. Do not judge yourself on the hard days. Those are the days when your practice matters most. When the mind is loud, return gently. When fear rises, return gently. When old thoughts come back, return gently. When you react in a way you do not like, return gently. The return is the healing. The return is the strength. The return is proof that you are learning a new way. A strong mindset is not cold. It is not hard. It is not closed. A strong mindset is steady. It can feel pain without turning pain into identity. It can face fear without letting fear rule. It can love without losing itself. It can rest without guilt. It can make mistakes without self-hate. It can meet change without believing everything is falling apart. This kind of strength grows from daily kindness. It grows from trust. It grows from choosing peace in small moments until peace becomes more familiar than panic. Your words are important. Your mornings are important. Your evenings are important. Your pauses are important. The way you treat yourself in hidden moments is important. These quiet choices shape your life more than you may realize. A harsh inner voice can make even a good day feel heavy. A kind inner voice can help you move through a hard day with more grace. Begin to notice what you are feeding your mind. Begin to choose what you repeat. Begin to give your heart the kind of words it has always needed. You may not be able to control every event, but you can guide your inner response. You can breathe before speaking. You can soften before judging. You can pause before saying yes. You can rest before breaking down. You can listen within before chasing outside approval. These choices are not small. They are acts of inner freedom. Each one teaches your mind that fear is not the only path. Each one teaches your body that safety can be created from within. Each one teaches your spirit that peace is possible here and now. The world may continue to be busy. People may continue to have opinions. Life may continue to change. But you can become less shaken by every movement around you. Not because you stop caring, but because you are no longer giving your center away so easily. You can care deeply and still stay grounded. You can love others and still protect your peace. You can work hard and still speak kindly to yourself. You can face difficulty and still remain connected to your heart. Do this every day in your own simple way. Begin the morning with breath. Choose one peaceful thought. Speak to yourself with love. When problems come, pause and ask for the next wise step. When fear tries to control everything, return to what is yours to choose. At night, forgive yourself and release the day. These practices may look quiet, but they carry great power. They rebuild your inner world from the inside out. Do not wait until you feel completely ready. Begin now, exactly as you are. Begin with the mind you have today. Begin with the feelings you have today. Begin with the life you have today. You do not need perfect peace to practice peace. You do not need complete confidence to practice trust. You do not need a healed heart to begin speaking kindly to your heart. The practice itself is part of the healing. Each day, you are teaching your mind what to return to. Let it return to breath. Let it return to kindness. Let it return to trust. Let it return to the present moment. Let it return to the truth that you are allowed to be human and still be worthy of love. The more you return, the stronger the path becomes. One day, you may notice that what used to break you now only asks you to breathe. What used to control you now becomes something you can observe. What used to make you abandon yourself now becomes a reminder to come home. This is the quiet miracle of daily practice. You may not become someone who never feels fear, but you become someone who knows how to comfort fear. You may not become someone who never faces stress, but you become someone who knows how to return to calm. You may not become someone whose life is always easy, but you become someone whose inner world is more loving, more steady, and more awake. That is real strength. That is the calm and strong mindset you build one day, one breath, and one kind thought at a time. At the end of everything, the practice is simple. Come back to yourself. Come back in the morning before the world becomes loud. Come back when problems test your patience. Come back when fear tries to control the future. Come back when your thoughts become harsh. Come back at night when the day is asking to be released. Every return is a small act of healing. Every return reminds your mind that peace is not somewhere far away. It is something you can choose, nurture, and strengthen within yourself. You do not have to carry the whole weight of life in one breath. You do not have to solve the whole future today. You do not have to become perfect to deserve peace. You only have to begin gently. One breath, one kind sentence, one calm choice, one honest pause, one moment of forgiveness, one step away from fear and back toward love. This is how the mind becomes lighter. This is how the heart becomes stronger. This is how your spirit learns that it can stay steady even when life changes. Let your daily practice become a home inside you, a place you can return to when the world feels too much, a place where your heart is not judged, a place where your mind is guided with patience, a place where your body is allowed to rest, a place where fear can be heard without becoming the leader, a place where love speaks gently and reminds you that you are still growing, still learning, still healing, and still worthy of care. The calm you are looking for does not have to wait for a perfect life. It can begin in this moment. It can begin with the way you breathe. It can begin with the way you speak to yourself. It can begin with the choice to stop fighting your own heart. Day by day, this practice becomes strength. Day by day, your inner world becomes softer and steadier. Day by day, you learn to live from a deeper place within yourself. So do this every day, not as a rule, not as pressure, not as another thing to judge yourself about. Do it as an act of love. Do it because your peace matters. Do it because your mind deserves care. Do it because your heart has carried enough harshness. Do it because a calm and strong mindset is not something you wait for. It is something you build with every gentle return to yourself.